Warning: the following video contains footage of a rock drummer, who is not an expert at brushes but plays them a lot, explaining to other rock drummers some basic ways to play the brushes. This drummer does not pretend to be an expert, but is just trying to share the things he learned as a rock drummer who learned how to play brushes on the job, as it were. You may find this useful, or, if you are a lifelong jazzer, you may want to throw something at your computer screen. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, welcome back to Al's Drum Hang, and of course I'm Al. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the likes, the subscribes, the views. You're helping me get to my dream of becoming a YouTube drumming sensation, such as it is. Anyway, on with today's topic, which is gonna be like duh for some of you jazzers, but for some of you rockers. I'm gonna tell you why you should pick up some brushes and learn how to use them. First off, the question, I play rock. Why do I need to learn how to play brushes? Well, newsflash, you're not going to play rock for 100% of your career as a drummer, unless you somehow become this incredible touring drummer with a rock act, and that's all you play. Chances are you're going to have to play some down low volume gig somewhere. You're going to have to play a wedding. You're going to have to sit in on a jazz set. And at that point, you're going to have to pick up a pair of these. And it's best if you know what you're doing before you do.
There's a secret place in me, and I try to hide it from you.
The whole point of brushes, of course, is to lower the volume, but another point of the brushes is to use parts of the drum set you don't normally use, like the texture of your snare head, to create a rhythm. And that's the whole idea. We're going to be swirling and stirring and making soft little taps with the brushes to create a rhythm, and we're not going to rely so much on impact and volume. We're going to be creating a flow, a feel, a pad for the other musicians to kind of ride on top of. I personally enjoy playing brushes because to me it's more like accompaniment than driving a rhythm. I mean, let's not get it wrong. As musicians, everybody in the band is responsible for keeping time. But you also want to understand that brushes is such a freeing thing because it's a supporting texture, not so much as a driving point to the rhythm at all times. If you lose your way with brushes, here's the cool thing about them. Nobody will notice because you're being so quiet and it's all just kind of blending together anyway.
I have this feeling for you, but inside my heart, 'cause I have this feeling for you. Tell me, how can I get you out of my head? Tell me, how can I get you out of my mind? Tell me, how can I get you out of my heart? Do you really want me to let it go? Oh boy, don't you
So,
know?
one of the first things that we need to consider with brushes is how are you going to hold them? That's right, how are you going to even hold the brushes? Now, there's two ways to hold them, just like with drumsticks, either traditional or matched. Now, despite the fact that I'm a rock guy, most of the times when I'm playing brushes, I'm holding them trad grip, okay? Just like that, just cradle it right there in your thumb, put these two on top, put these two underneath kind of as a support. Either way you hold them, you don't want to press the brushes hard into the head, like this. If they're bending over like this, you're giving it too much. You just want them to glide over the top of the drum head like this. Sometimes I find myself lifting up like this with my left hand. And you see how the brushes start to fan out and press against the drum. That's no way to do it. You're just trying to do a smooth motion over the top. And that's what's going to get you your rhythm. Next, you're going to ask, what are your feet doing all this time? And well, for the first thing, you're going to be using a felt beater. If you got a wool or a fuzzy beater, that's the best for a soft impact. And of course, we're right now playing a rock bass drum, but we'd be playing kind of a very, very quiet on the bass drum, just kind of feathering it is what they call it. We don't want to pound it. And same thing with the hi-hat. We're just opening and closing. We don't really want to be forcing it. What it's going to look like and sound like altogether is something like this. Pretty simple. Let's break down what the hands are doing or can be doing. The first thing is you want the left hand to be kind of swirling. I usually go in a counterclockwise manner on the snare drum like this. This is where the pulse comes from. If we're going faster, it's going to be faster. And you notice the circle gets a little bit tighter. Okay? If you're swirling with the left hand, you just want the right hand to go in the opposite motion. If the left hand's going counterclockwise, the right hand should be going clockwise. Now, I don't often do the right hand swirl. I usually do a little bit of accent or kind of like a ta 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 ta, as if it were a ride cymbal. Sometimes on like slow ballads and stuff, maybe I'm doing boom, tick, boom, boom, tick.
Cause I have this feeling for you. Tell me, how can I get you out of my head? Tell me, how can I get you out of my mind? Tell me, how can I get you out of my heart?
So you see how that supports the song without overtaking it. Now, obviously, I could play it as if I were playing drum set for real, like. But you can see how that doesn't sound very good. It doesn't use the brushes to their full effect. And where the brushes really shine is creating that texture on the snare drum. That's what I think you can do to get the most out of brushes as a rock drummer. It's really simple. Keep the swirl up with your left hand. Use the right hand to accent or counter swirl. Just mind your feet, don't thump it, just glide it, okay? We are here to accompany, we are not here to lead. Pretty simple, huh? Thanks for watching. I appreciate all of your views, your likes, and your subscribes. Enable your notifications, and I'll see you next time when it's time for the drum head.